Shakhriyar Mamedyarov has 3 out of 3, and the game started. We have Slav.
Yes, Alexander Morozevich has recovered after his first round loss against Peter Leko. He won 2 in a row, one of them against Yan Nepomniachtchi. Yes, like in Moscow. He chose this Chebanenko setup with a6. Interesting to see.
Shakhriyar takes a bit time to decide which line to go. A little seconds.
Yes, he spent some time for this.
Queen c2, b3, and bishop g4. It's quite known.
Yes, it's
topical.
It's known theory. It's known theory. That's now exchange. I think that this bishop d3 was just because of this. Bishop d3 was considered a bit inaccurate because now black will complete this exchanging maneuver.
Black aims to exchange the bishop because he wants to put his pawns on light squares, so the bishop on c8 would be a really bad piece, and changing it, it's in black's favor, but knight on d3 looks quite...
Yeah, Shakhriyar put his knight on d3, which is quite a good square for the knight, but the question is that, okay, what to do after? Okay, c5, aiming for a4. And also, I think more or less standard reaction for black usually is a5 to be ready to meet a4 with b4, but then probably f2, f4, and somehow black lacks air.
And development also, he is not castled yet, and we have castle, and a 4 or 5 might be quite dangerous for...
Okay, I don't think it's a big problem because, okay, the center is close enough. Okay, a5 that's
is
what he went for. Okay, interesting setup.
b4.
b4 is not the most usual maneuver in this situation. Okay, but he protected somehow against some possible counterplay with e6, e5 because c5 pawn is now well defended. It's interesting to see what Shakhriyar has in mind. Maybe he tries to prepare e3, e4. It's
with f3 maybe.
With f3 maybe, yes. f3 and e4 might be also an interesting idea.
And he takes his hand to f pawn, so either it will be f3 or f4.
Yeah,
f4.
f4. He went for
As you
f4.
pointed out.
Yes, white has very comfortable space advantage, but it's not so easy.
Position is very closed.
To break through, yes. This is... His bishop is visibly bad, but somehow there are sort of maneuvers like bishop d2, e1, h4.
As in Stonewall.
Yes. Seems like it's more or less Stonewall with reverse color already, with these d4 and f4 pawns. Well, Alexander Morozevich
takes his time. They both have more or less same time, 2 minutes. Less than 3 minutes, let's say like this. Bishop e7, probably castle is next move. Knight e5 we have on boards. And e4 seems really interesting what Shakhriyar chose right now.
Yeah, I think
take a knight d5 would be a natural...
Well, I'm not so sure about this e4 because, okay, now this knight on d5 is really great. Okay, white has serious space advantage, white has some development lead, but okay, also what to say about development lead?
There is already castle.
Nothing remaining. Okay.
Maybe can white try to just advance kingside pawns and go all in?
Yeah, it looks like he is planning to do so, but it's, well, f6, an interesting treatment.
Now either we have to trade the knights or go back.
No, of course going back because I think that, but this f4 is hanging.
f4 is hanging, yeah.
Shakhriyar doesn't think it's hanging, and Alexander agrees.
Knight d6 maybe after.
Yes, looks like. But now this
g3 and
e6 weakness is well protected.
rook e2, rook e1 also seems to be a plan to me. A3.
Just not to blunder this b4 pawn
Yes.
in any case.
Rook e2 is on the board. Knight f8 defends quite successfully the e6 pawn. The position is pretty close, but I like that white has space advantage.
Yes, white space advantage is of course quite an important factor, but somehow black has the only weakness on e6, and it's well protected.
Very nice maneuver by black, queen d8 and rook d7, pointing out that the d4 pawn there is, but nothing to attack.
Yes,
Yes.
it's actually attacking this d4 pawn is more or less a dream, but somehow the problem is that it's difficult for white to find some active plan.
Right, either we have to break through or sacrifice something, but yet it does not seem so convincing to sacrifice the exchange on e6. I
Not
guess.
at all, not at all.
Yeah.
So I just more or less suppose, okay, Alexander Morozevich is not the player who just is happy to sit and wait. I think that he is somehow
do
thinking
something.
about some active play, considering some g5 at a certain moment.
The bishop on c7 now is ready for g5 because it keeps an eye on king side and well, rook d8. I think players take their time a bit to regroup because it's not so easy to take decisive decisions in this position when you have 1 minute.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But somehow I don't like very much what Shakhriyar was doing, because this knight on f2 and h4, they look, okay, let's say, at least artificial.
Right.
Well, now Morozevich has activated his queen, but still not so easy what to do on the next move.
Black's bishop seems to be a bit better to me rather than the bishop on c3 because it's closed by the pawns.
Yes, yes, white's bishop is quite miserable, but anyway, okay, I think that queen f3, well, not so easy decision to take, because, okay, no, Shakhriyar does not
Queen.
exchange queens.
h3. I like black's pieces now, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
White has regrouped a bit
Wow.
strangely, and g5 is on the board already, so probably Morozevich thinks that he is ready already for this attack. And now the bishop on c7 is really good.
That's,
The knight on h4 is under attack, and the queen is a bit awkward on h3. What do you think? Rook
yes,
d5.
it looks like he simply blundered. I mean, Shakhriyar simply blundered, and now, well, but he found this counter chance. Rook g5, I think game enters some chaotic
Very
phase.
messy.
Yes, that's true. Somehow,
Now black has to move the queen, and probably next move will be rook g5.
yes, I think queen b3, rook g5, rook g7, and I don't see if there is any attack. Okay, Shakhriyar is very resourceful, he is incredibly talented tactical player, but I think in this situation he simply ran out of pieces.
And as you pointed out, the moves we have already on board, and rook g7, king g7, and now g4 was quite interesting to
Okay,
protect.
but probably the only way to protect the knight, to protect the bishop,
attacks the bishop
but
now
still he is
Knight
exchanged
d5.
down, and
And endgames would be very bad because we have bad pieces and simply
Yes,
exchange
yes,
down.
just exchanged down for nothing, and I think it's just
This is probably
Easy-
not very good news for
easy.
Shakhriyar.
Yes, easy technical work for Alexander Morozevich, with knights on board. In Blitz it's always tricky, but
Bishop is activated, but what
finally,
about
too late.
Rook d4, bishop d6, probably knight g6. So
Well, too late.
to change as many pieces as possible, because we have extra. I mean, not extra, but exchange up we are, and it's always favorable for black to change as much pieces as possible. Now knight d6,
Well,
the
somehow
knight attacks the rook on the
he managed not to lose instantly, but I think that his position remains.
Oh, rook h8 is very nice. He wants to transpose to the bishop and knight endgame, which probably is
But
hopeless.
isn't it a fortress? I don't see any active plan for
Knight
black actually.
g6 and
Okay,
knight
okay,
to
he will
d5.
come to d5. So,
Knight b4 a3 might be.
but king will be on d3. King will be in close enough. I don't see how
Maybe
to break
king
through.
g5, king h4, king h3.
No, king g5 will be met with bishop g3.
Right. So now knight f6 with the idea of knight e4 probably.
Well,
Yeah.
fairly strange endgame technique
Right.
of Alexander Morozevich.
12 seconds. e5. This pawn endgame should be draw.
More or less.
Now king f4, just king g2. 8 seconds.
Yeah, but they have this.
Draw.
Yeah, very lucky Shakhriyar Mamedyarov. Very strange rook h8 move. Yeah, that's some unconventional